It's nice to be back here at Christopher Dock. Hope you all had a good homecoming weekend. I heard the soccer team was playing North Penn. Pull it out?
No.
No. Well, I hope everything else went well that weekend. Because of many relationships here at Christopher Dock, I kind of heard rumblings that I had won some kind of award here before I actually got the official call, and I didn't know what it was. So I was joking with my brother that it was probably the Most Improved Person Award, because that's the only award I ever got at athletic teams here, was Most Improved. And after I got it a couple of times, my mom would always joke, "So how bad were you?" No, I think that's an important award, and for those of you that have got it, it's great. I am thankful, though, to be back here. I have great memories. My wife and I both graduated from Christopher Dock, and just pulling in here again was, we had a fun trip down memory lane. I am married. My young son, Hudson, is here somewhere. He's 6 months, and he's really such a joy for us to be here. Thinking back on my time at Dock, I'm so thankful for all the great foundations, both at all that I could improve on, and academics, as well as spiritual life and community, that really laid the foundation for me since I've graduated to answer Jesus' call, so follow me. And I just want to share a couple little reflections on what that simple call has grown to mean to me in the time since I've been here at Christopher Dock. I began my journey of this follow me thinking that Jesus was inviting me to be to a good life, to be a good person, to do the right things, to not do the wrong things. And I spent a lot of time thinking and discussing what are the right things and what are the wrong things and how can I stay away from the wrong things and do all the right things. And I wasn't terrible at it, but I always saw this follow me thing as like walking a tightrope, that Jesus had laid out the tightrope and we needed to stay on it. All my focus went into making sure I didn't fall off. Of course, I fell off many times every day and was very distraught about that for many years. But the harder I tried to stay on the tightrope, the more I fell off. The harder I tried to focus on myself, staying and being right, the more I just got frustrated and thought, this stinks. If this is what the call to follow me is about, I don't think I want it. I can't do it. I'm trying to be the most improved person, but it's not working. But after following Jesus for these years, I realize now that this call to follow me is much more about catching a wave of God's glory in the world than it is about staying on any kind of tightrope. And at my position now at E&M, I'm so thankful, because I'm in a place where I get to hear these stories of this wave of God's grace and transformation impacting the entire world. Individuals, communities, and entire nations. I just had the great privilege of being in Indonesia for 3 weeks. Just a couple weeks ago with my wife and Hudson. And we had a great time working with this training program where there's 2 Americans that went over and there's 3 Indonesians from all different parts of Indonesia joining together for 8 months to try to figure out how to live together, serve together, and be God's people together in the context of Indonesia and different places. And I got to do some training for them and helping them get situated, helping them get started. And I was just amazed as our Indonesian brothers and sisters shared their stories of where they've come from. The one young lady is this tiny little, not more than 4.5 feet tall young lady. Her education is even less than her height. She graduated from 3rd grade, I think, and used her young years to her leadership gifts that God had put in her to do all kinds of crazy things in the place where she grew up. She was leading gangs and creating havoc and doing all kinds of messed up things in where she was. But God put her into this family, into this Christian family that served overseas, and there she encountered the love of God in a way that she had never done in her home family. And through the discipleship and the mentoring of this family, she believes that she is called to be a missionary. So she joins this discipleship and mission program, has to figure out how to deal with other Indonesians, with these crazy Americans, and figure out what does it mean to be on mission with God together. And she's doing it these months, she's proved to be probably the most effective person on that team as far as ministry and outreach to other people. She doesn't have a passport, she doesn't have a birth certificate, so we don't even know how is this going to happen for God to call her and use her. But he is right where she is. Then the other young lady told her